Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com, and welcome back to another episode of VidGamiac vs. Import. Today we are playing yet another visual novel in the form of MajiTen. This is going to be similar to Ore no Yome, where it's also a dating sim at the same time. So head into your options, which is going to be the third option on the menu. Click on the first sub option, and then you want to make sure you have these settings. Click on the first thing, move the box to the left. Make sure you go all the way down to the right column. Then you want to click on the first option on the right. Make sure you move the box over to the right. Then you want to move the second and third ones all the way to the right also. So your settings should look a little something like this. Hit B to back out and then click the second to last option, which is the save option. You should get some more menus. Pick the top one twice for yes. That will make sure you save. After that, you should get kicked out to the main menu. Make sure you go to the far left and then click on this. This is the new game option. It's first going to ask you for a name. Just pick whatever Japanese characters you want. It's pretty inconsequential. So just pick whatever you want and then get through this first menu. Then it's going to ask you for another name. Just pick whatever you want once again. If the menu ever comes back, just make sure you hit start to just skip it. I'm pretty sure it's telling you did something wrong, so just delete a character or add another character. Doesn't really matter. Then it's going to ask you for a number 1 through 12. It's basically your birth month, and then it's going to ask you for a day, which is going to be your birthday. So just pick something. Remember that date because it's going to come in handy later on. Then it's going to ask you for your difficulty. Just pick the top one, which is the easy difficulty. Once the game starts, just hit the X button. That should auto fast forward, and it will stop whenever we need to make choices. Now, unlike more narrative-driven visual novels, with these dating sim visual novels, the trick is to always just pick the top option, which is your positive option. Occasionally, you'll get stuck in an endless loop. If that ever happens, just pick random options, and it should make you continue on the story. So for the purposes of this first video, we are just going to cover your starting options, which we just covered, as well as the opening prologue. During the opening prologue, you are going to be given the chance to create your significant other in this lab, essentially. So we are just going to skip ahead until we get to the character creation screen. Other than that, just stick to always picking the first option whenever a choice comes up. Alright, you're going to get to this pod-looking thing, which if you know from movies means you are about to create some artificial life form. Pick your girl, so we're just going to pick the first one. You can pick whatever you want, whatever girl fancies you. Pick whatever you want for the settings. I'm just going to keep them at default, so just keep going down to the bottom, and then eventually you will get to name her. Same thing as before, just pick whatever random Japanese characters you want. If the menu comes back, either delete a character or add characters. Then you get to choose her birthday, and the reason why you had to remember what date it was is this game is significantly easier if both of you have the same birthday. So make sure you have both the same birthdays at the start and then during this character creation moment. After that, some science stuff's going to happen, and boom, you have a girlfriend now who you are going to do stuff with throughout the game. most likely date her and what have you, because, you know, dating sim. But get through this conversation, and then you should be on your way to your first achievement in the game. There it is, 50 gamer score, and then we can continue on with the prologue. So just continue to fast forward, picking the top choices whenever choices come up. So the prologue is going to end with you basically marrying this girl, and essentially you are introduced to the calendar system, which will play a bigger role later on. It's an important note to keep in mind when you got married, that way you know when your anniversaries are, and that's how I will be splitting up this guide. Pretty much every video will cover 1 year of the marriage, and you're supposed to play the game for a certain amount of years. Other than that, that's going to be the end of this part. Don't forget to check back soon next time. In part 2, we are going to be covering basically the first year of the marriage. But other than that, that's going to be it for the prologue. And that's all there is to it.